The ladies from hell. Highlanders are renowned for their battlefield prowess. Napoleon himself mocked them as ladies without trousers, yet their bagpipes and colorful uniforms evoked terror across the battlefields of Europe. The 42nd Black Watch is one of the most illustrious regiments in British military history. Welcome to a historic unboxing of some of my favorite King and Country military miniatures, the 42nd Highlanders, the Black Watch. Today I'd like to answer one simple question. Why were the Highlanders so incredibly effective in battle? Fort Ticonderoga, 1758. Cannons and muskets ripped into the advancing Highlanders. As a testament to their indomitable will, the 42nd refused to withdraw. It took the commanding general 3 separate orders to pull them back. One piper, in grim defiance, kept playing his bagpipes even after the loss of his leg. Such was their resolve and obstinance in the face of death. It's stories such as these that created their fearsome reputation. Decades later, at Quatre Bras, just 2 days before Waterloo, the Highlanders stood at the crossroads against Ney's cavalry. Charge after charge smashed into their line. Mauled and bloodied, they held firm and drove the French back. And then at Waterloo itself, Napoleon's last gamble, the Highland Brigade formed square, kilts flying, bagpipes wailing, steel leveled against wave after wave of French cavalry. They did not break, they did not falter. It was there at Waterloo that their legend was forged. Warriors defiant until death. So what was it? Was it the kilt? The bagpipes?
Ah, yes, kilts. Never underestimate an angry Scot with a bad attitude and a drafty undercarriage.
Or maybe it's, the elevated testosterone from all the extra airflow. Before we get into that, let's unbox a couple of the Napoleonic era miniatures and admire the craftsmanship that King and Country is so famous for.
What are those, toys?
They're collectibles.
I thought this was a history show.
It's both. It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Everything I've unboxed today doesn't even scratch the surface of what King and Country has to offer in the Napoleonic era. They have infantry, they have cavalry, they have special characters. Check out all of these fine examples of all the different types of models that they have. They're constantly releasing updates, and their craftsmanship is very... Okay, that's enough. The Great War. The Black Watch served faithfully yet again. Notable actions include the Battle of the Somme, particularly on the infamous first day when they went over the top into a storm of machine gun fire, charging across open ground where entire battalions were cut down in minutes. At Ypres and Arras, they pushed on through choking gas, endless mud, and unrelenting shellfire. It is here where the Germans gave them their famous nickname, the Ladies from Hell.
Well, I guess that's what you get for a very strict no-pants policy.
Are those even real glasses? They look like blue light glasses.
I'm very sensitive to blue light.
Let's just unbox some more stuff. King & Country's World War I lineup is surprisingly varied. Not just British infantry, but French poilus, German stormtroopers, Russians, Ottomans, and even Anzacs. The Anzac sets are especially striking, showing Australian and New Zealand troops at Gallipoli and across the Middle East. You get the light horse, the infantry, and slouch hats, and even mounted figures. Perfect for recreating one of the most iconic campaigns of the Great War. And like much of the series, many of these sets are now retired, which makes them harder to find and usually more expensive on the secondary market. I think it's important to note that I'm not affiliated with King & Country in any way. I'm simply an admirer of their work. As a longtime collector of military miniatures, discovering King & Country was a breath of fresh air.
You know, you never answered your question. Why were they so effective?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. It was the kilts. It was the bagpipes. It was their camaraderie. These regiments were raised from the same clan. They practically grew up next to each other. They were family. And of course, as family, they would never give up on each other. In the end, the Highlanders' effectiveness was honed through centuries of martial tradition, hardened in the crucible of battle, and sustained by a fierce pride in their regiment and their clan. That combination of heritage, toughness, and loyalty is what made the Black Watch feared by their enemies, revered by their allies, and remembered today as one of the most legendary fighting regiments in history. Thank you for watching this video. It was a lot of fun making it, and I learned a lot about the Highlanders. I hope you did too. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more of these. And thanks for joining us, Professor. I'll wake him. I'll get him later.